Hello, everyone. Today I am continuing my review of my graded Amazing Spider-Man books. I'm only doing two today. Usually I do three, and I try to find ones that are common to each other, familiar to each other. The last one I did, I think I did three in the 20s, 22, 24, and 26. Today I've got two. I do have a new one, but that's a much earlier issue, and I don't want to put it in a video with a couple of issues that are farther up the line. The two that I have today, one is a first appearance, one is a second appearance, but they're both cool. So, starting off with the first appearance, I have Amazing Spider-Man 41, which is the first appearance of the Rhino. And his non-supervillain name is Alexei Sitevich, or Sitevich, I guess, depending on how you pronounce it. Both of these are graded by CBCS, Comic Book Certification Service, and these are the new labels. They had a little bit of a label snafu a short time ago, and actually while I'm here I'll pop a couple ones out and show you the difference. Let me just finish this particular book anyway. This is graded 6.0, white pages, and it's from 1966. This is Amazing number 41, first appearance of the Rhino. I got it for a good price. There were some issues with getting it here from the site that I bought it from. It was not their problem. It was the mail. And for that reason, I'm going to try to stick to purchasing books that I can via credit card or PayPal or what have you. This particular site doesn't take electronic payments. But 6.0 is kind of in my comfort zone for these older key books. And the first appearance of the Rhino is a key book. I did buy it from Comic Link. But when you buy, you're not buying it from Comic Link, you're buying it on the site from the owner. They just take care of all the pesky little details. So you can see it's a good action-based cover. Rhino smashing through the wall. Spidey's down. And he takes a pretty decent pounding in this issue, but as usual, Spidey comes out on top. Now let me just jump over to my box, and I'll get a couple of the other older labels. Okay, so this is one that I have reviewed before. This is Amazing Spider-Man 19, but we're not talking about the book specifically. This is the original CBCS logo. It's got a light blue gradient label on it. It's got blue numbering with slight black outline. I like it because it's unobtrusive. I'm not really a big send-off to get books graded type of person, but I did buy a few, and my son and I decided to send a couple off. So, sent a couple off. We sent them to CBCS because I like the label. And like it or not, you're going to have to look at the label on a graded book. And CBCS is run by a guy who used to be one of the head graders at CGC. So I don't think there's a big difference in the grading quality. So anyway, I send books out, and my box comes back, and I'm like, oh, cool, let's go see what I got. And this is the crap label they had decided to change to in midstream. Without actually telling anybody, my books came back with this, and I think this is a horrible label. Fake rivets. I don't mind the change in the logo. This actually has a holographic feel to it. I don't really love the font, the small type. It's small type. I don't like it at all. And a lot of people railed back at them and gave them a lot of negative feedback on the label. And so that's when they decided to redo the label issue. And they came up with this design, which still has a bit of holographic feel to it, but just an outline and the lettering. I kind of like the... I don't mind the second, if you wanted to change the logo, and I'll even go so far as to put them all three together. We have the first generation, second generation, and the current one. I like this logo, but I can understand they wanted some extra what they could consider security. So they went to a holographic logo, but they flattened it out. They took any kind of 3D. I don't know if you can tell. There's a crease here in the shield, so it's kind of folding in two different directions. A little bit of a 3D feel or a depth to it. The second generation was flat, but it was holographic, and then the third generation maintains the flat, but only. It also takes out the field, the holographic field, and only has an outline on the shield and the lettering. But either way, this is the current label. I like it better than the second one. It's actually grown on me. So it's a 1A kind of thing from the original to this one. That second one is just horrible. So anyway, this is my 6.0 Amazing Spider-Man 41, first appearance of Rhino. Happy to have that. I did not have a first appearance of Rhino. So the other one I have is Amazing Spider-Man 44. This is the second appearance of the Lizard. Now, the first appearance of the Lizard, sorry about the poor focusing, my phone's having trouble. I think it could be from the reflections. The first appearance of the Lizard is way back in Amazing Spider-Man number 6. It's taken them 38 issues to have a second appearance of the Lizard. I don't quite know why. The first appearance of the Lizard, the Steve Ditko version of the Lizard, was not all that great visually. But I'm not mocking that. He's the first guy to draw it. That's where he's going. And John Romita drew this, and they just kind of updated the feel. But this is an 8.0 with white pages from 1967. I already had a copy of ASM 44. It was raw, not graded. This I actually got with this book. I was just searching around. I'd rather buy more than one if I'm going to a site like Comic Link, where shipping is not out of reason, but if you're going to ship me 1 to 3 books for $20, I don't want to spend $20 on one book. I'll try to grab another book. And I got this for a decent price as well. It's a classic, in my opinion, it's a classic cover. Spidey's doing the air jump. They're in the sewer. There's not too much background, but there's enough. You know exactly where they are. It's got good color on the page. An 8.0 is plenty for a grade for me for these older Silver Age books. 1967. I mean, this thing has been around for 50 years, and it's in 8.0 condition. I'm good with that. Obviously, you can tell that Lizard's strong enough to break the bonds of Spidey's webbing. There's enough going on here. It gives you a good sense of the fight, the even fight that's going on. They battle each other basically to a standstill, and then the whole story concludes in ASM 45. So that's what I got this time. I veered off, obviously, into a little label talk, but that's okay. I appreciate you watching, and I'm going to come back soon, probably in a week or two, with some new silver gold video. I've been grabbing some stuff recently. I hope you watch that. Any of you comic people, if you're into precious metals, check out my silver gold stuff. And if you happen to be here from checking out my silver gold videos, please stick around and watch a few more of my comic and comic art videos. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.